Hello friends, welcome to PawanSoft channel. In this video, we are going to see how to insert the data into database using Hibernate from scratch, step by step. So let's start. And if you didn't watch my previous video how to create the session factory in Hibernate, session factory object, so please go and watch this video. Okay, so now I'm going to create one Maven project. Maven, just type here Maven and go click on Maven project, double click on it and then create a simple project and go to here provide package name PawanSoft and then insert data into DB using XML approach. Okay, and let's click on finish. Let's see, just expand the project. So let's go to here. Right here I'm going to add some dependency. Okay, so go to Chrome and here type Maven repository. Okay, Maven repository, go to Maven repository and here type Hibernate and go to Hibernate, and this is the Hibernate. Copy it and paste it and go to search here MySQL connector. This is the MySQL connector. Okay, and before that you have to add dependencies. Okay, inside these dependencies you have to put this jar dependency. And now I'm going to add some build source directory. So source directory src main java. Okay, and let's add some plugins inside the plugin. Let's artifact Maven compiler and plugin, and this version is 3.5.1. okay, then add some configuration. Inside the configuration, source file is 16 and target also 16. So let's see, this is the Java version. I'm going to use 16 and this is Maven 3.5.1 and this is the MySQL and this is the Hibernate. Okay, and if you don't know how to download and install the MySQL, okay, then go to browser and just go to YouTube and search here PawanSoft and go to PawanSoft. Okay, and this is the logo. Go to here, how to download and install MySQL 8.0.27 server and workbench. Okay, so this is the video related MySQL download and install, and go to if you, so you can see here this is error, so you just update the Maven update, okay, and then so error gone. And this is the Java version 16, if you see here 16, and if you go to Maven dependency, this is Hibernate, this is the MySQL, right? This is MySQL and a Hibernate core. This is the Hibernate core 6.00 beta 3, okay. And let's create the class, okay. So I'm going to create Hibernate util first, and keep com.soft.util. Just declare the public static, private static, session factory static, okay. And here check if session factory is null. If null, then create the session factory object, okay. So let's try catch, create the configuration object, configuration dot configure, okay. And now standard service registry, new standard service registry builder, right? Standard service registry builder, DART, standard service registry builder dot apply setting cfg dot get properties dot build. And now create the session factory object, session cfg dot build session factory, okay. So this is the, now I'm going to create one method. So this is the static block, and public static session factory, and return session factory, okay. So this is all about the session factory. And now go to create one model. This is the model, and in model, so class is student, having some ID, private string name, private name, and private long form. That's it. If you want to add more property, you can add. I'm adding this much only. So let's go and generate the setter getter. Just private variable and setter getter, public setter getter, okay. nothing else, and this is the Hibernate. Now go and create the client class. Go to client, and this is the client code. Let's give the main method, and that's it. And now let's start the create the transaction object. Okay, transaction. Then you have to create the session object, right? So session basically, let's delete for now. So let's create the student object. st is equal to new student, and st dot set id is equal to, let's suppose 1, and st dot set name suppose let's Hibernate, and st dot email is Hibernate123, and st dot set phone number is 12345, right? And what I want to save this data. Save right? Save this st student object, right? So I have to call this, I have to write the same method to save the data into database, right? So I'm not going to write the save method, so I'm going to use the internal method, right? Internal method. So student session should inside some class, then only we can able to save the student data into database, right? So this same method available inside the session object, right? So for that I have to create the session object. Let's create the session is equal to Hibernate util dot get session factory dot open session, right? So this is the, let's go and let's run the project, run the class. Let's see what error you are getting. Go and console and save it. So could not locate CF configuration, right? So let's go and create the configuration. So inside the src resource, create one configuration. So Hibernate configuration, Hibernate configuration.xml. Go here, and here I have to use dilate, data by dilate. So I am using MySQL. So org dot hibernate dot dilect dot MySQL dilect, and driver com dot jtbc com dot mysql jtbc driver, and jtbc colon mysql colon localhost 3306, and let's give the database name. So I have to create this database name. So let's go to give the password, username and password. Let's create. Okay, and this is the need to create the database. This is the URL driver class, password, URL, username. This is dilate, right? So go to database and let's show database. So you can add. So Pawan is created, right? So Pawan database is created. Okay, and now let's go to client code and let's see what error we are getting. Nothing error I'm getting, right? So let's print the print stack trash. Okay, and run again. What are you telling? Mapping exception, right? Unable to unknown entity, right? So we are going to insert this data into database, right? So Hibernate is unable to create, unable to find the entity, right? So I have to create the entity, right? Mapping class or mapping file, right? So student.hbm.xml. Okay, then here I prepared something. So let's see. So this is DTD, right? So now let's provide some mapping package OneSoft.model, right? Inside model package I have student class, right? Entity. So let's give the class and class name student, and then table should my student. ID, name ID, and column is ID, and type is int. Generator type increment. Okay, and then give some property is name, column is name, and just email, and column is email. This is phone number. This is phone number. So let's go and see ID, name, email, phone number, right? So only 4 property I have. So delete it. And if you have, this is long type, right? So here if you have a string type property in equal to model class, and in type, this is the ID is in type and this is the string type, right? So if you go to HBM file, here you can see this is the string type. So here I didn't mention type, right? So if you have any property of type string type, so no need to mention the type, right? If you have other than string, so you have to provide the type, right? Because here you can see this is the long type and this is the ID is int type. So I have mentioned, right, this is long type and here type int type. If you will not mention type, then you will get the exception, right? So this HBM file I have to provide here. I have to give the path mapping resource. So let's go to copy and paste the let's go and run again. So let's see what error you are getting. Unable to find the entity, right? Still unable to find the entity, so you have to provide here. Let's go and let's cfg.add resource. Let's mention here com, up to com is enough, right? Let's go and run again. Let's see. My student doesn't exist, right? So it's telling table is not available, right? So I have to create the table, otherwise I have to provide the some configuration so that Hibernate can create the table, right? So let's see. Let's provide the property and hbm2 dtl.auto, and this is update. Okay, and let's give the properties one more. So underscore SQL true, right? So what will happen if this show.sql, if whatever query will generate by Hibernate, so that query you can able to see. Okay, and this is hbm2 dtl.auto. Using this property, Hibernate will create the table for you. So no need to create the table manually. So Hibernate will create the table for you. And this is my SQL dilate. So this will help to create the query, right? So if you will mention this property dilate, so Hibernate will create the query for it, like select, insert, delete, whatever. And using this property, it will create the table. If you are using update, so if you see here HBM file, so I've given MySQL my student table name, right? So if my student table is available, let's go and see the database. I don't have any table, right? So first time it will create the table for me, my student, and again second time if I'll run this model, this client code, so it will check if table is available or not. If table is there, so it will not create the table, and if table is not there, then it will create the table. So using this property, it will create the table, and this is to write the query, and this will show means whatever query Hibernate will write, so that query you will see on console. So let's go and run the project or class. Let's see. So you can see created, right? Create table my student, right? And select max ID. So let's go and let's see the database. Let's see, here is table, right? So let's write the select query, otherwise if you see, we don't have any entry right inside database. So what need to do now you have to buy, because it's saving, right? Hibernate is able to save the data but not committing. So for that you have to start the transaction is equal to null. Okay, and now tx is equal to session dot begin transaction, and here tx dot commit. Now let's go and run the class client code. Let's see. So now data is inserted, right? Now Hibernate not creating the any table, right, but only inserting, you can see. So let now go and let's see one entry is here, right? Again go and change some. No, I'm not going to provide the ID, right? Hibernate will generate the ID because I've given in here, you can see increment, right? ID increment, right? So Hibernate will generate ID for me, so I'm not going to provide any ID, only I'm giving name and email and phone, right? And second, here I've given the ddl.auto, right? So Hibernate will create the table for me, and here I've given MySQL dilate, so Hibernate will generate the query for me, right? And whatever query is generating by Hibernate, so we can able to see by using these properties. So SQL true, with the help of this property we are able to see the query, right? So let's go and change some data. Here I'm going to 11, here 11, right, and here 11. Let's go and run again. You can see here. So again inserted some data, right? So go and database and check it. So there is another entry, right? So I'm not giving any ID, right? But still Hibernate generating the ID for me. So this is the Hibernate project to insert the data into database. Here you have to give if any wrong gone, if anything will happen here, so transaction will be rollback. So this is the transaction rollback. So that's it for this video, and if you really like this video, please like and please subscribe my channel for more video, and please comment means what I have to improve in this video. If I have to improve something, so please suggest me, and if you really like, and please subscribe my channel, and please help to share this video with your friend. And if you want this source code, so please ping me on my Telegram ID, okay, and I'll put this source code on my Telegram ID, so you can download from there and you can use. So that's it for this video, and we'll see you in next video. Thanks for watching.